Alright guys, here we are, pulling into Wawa. Looks like 333 for the non-ethanol. So the non-ethanol, you obviously get better gas mileage, there's more energy content. And there's the mileage, 199,928. Looks like this should be the last fill up before 200,000. Alright, so here we are, Clearwater, Florida. Looks kind of windy out there. Might have some stormy weather coming in. There it is, 199,971. So, thinking in the morning, gonna be turning over 200. Just filled up today. There you go. Clearwater. Well guys, if she makes it another 12 miles, we'll be looking at 200,000. Alright guys, we are just about there. So this reminds me of the first time as a kid I stayed up for New Year's Eve, and I kept hearing, oh, the ball's gonna drop, and it's gonna drop down, and I pictured the ball made of lights, you know, doing this spectacular explosion as it hit the ground, and then it just slowly drops, and you're like, oh wow, that's it. So on that note, here we go with an uneventful 200,000. Yay! It is kind of exciting though. Now you guys out there with Hondas, you know this is no big feat, so comment below and tell me how many miles you've got on your Honda, or your Toyota, or your whatever. Let's hear how many miles these cars are holding up for, guys. And don't forget, if you want to protect them with the best 100% synthetic lubricants, check out my links in the first comment below. My website and other links to Amsoil stuff where you can look up your own vehicle. But here's to many more miles. Still got to clear that maintenance required light, just haven't gotten around to it. And very interesting to note, for a car with 200,000 miles, that I'm basically getting 30 miles per gallon. Go ahead and subscribe, go back. There's a video I did recently documenting the progress in fuel mileage from 26 all the way up to 30 in the not even year that I've had the car. So pretty interesting stuff there. Used quite a few Amsoil synthetic lubricants and cleaners and fuel additives and things like that. But you can see some of this doesn't make tons of sense. Like this one here, really low, and then the bad coil was this tank here, and we're already, you know, it apparently wasn't reflected in that tank for whatever reason. Maybe the new coil is working so much better. So we'll just see if the economy continues to rise. Alright guys, just about to go home. There's that mileage, 200,017. And so I just connected the scan tool, letting it do its thing. One thing I forgot to mention is that the check engine light, I never cleared it. And it has gone out on its own, which I fully expected it to do after a couple drive cycles with the problem fixed.
So once I confirm everything, I probably will go ahead and clear everything out at some point. But I just thought that was good to note. So if the problem had persisted or come back, I mean, the car's not running, so let's see in a minute if it's out, because it was on. I assure you it works, but I've just got the key on, engine off, so that I can let it read and everything. But there we go. So yeah, it's still got all that old stuff in it, so you know, we'll probably clear all this out. So with the multiple misfires, I think when I heard it explained, there's really not a misfire on every cylinder. What it is it's probably the crankshaft position sensor. Oh, this stuff here. But it's so it's probably the crankshaft position sensor. It sees these minute changes in speed of the crankshaft, and that's how it detects misfires. So when it sees these minute changes in crankshaft speed, sometimes it can't determine exactly which cylinder it is. So I think that's all that is on those random, you know, misfire on every cylinder. And so we'll let this populate and everything, entire data list. I'll probably, yeah, everything, car's cold right now, 86 degree coolant. So yeah, I'm about to start up and get out of here. Huh, cold, 90 degree intake air and 86 coolant, but there's the long term at minus 7.8. Long term fuel trim, I should say. Oxygen sensors, obviously. The car's not even on right now. Short trim is 0. Short term fuel trim is 0. All right, let's. So I'm gonna turn the key back off and show you. See, check engine light works. So we'll start up and no check engine light. So that's a beautiful thing. That maintenance required. I gotta get figure out how to turn that off. So anyway. Oh yeah, because I turned the key off. So that's all that is. Try again. It wants me to turn everything off. There we go. Okay, so coolant's already 106. So anyway, let's get rolling. I'll probably do what I did before and take a recording of the data at one point. Alright, sorry guys for the phone being vertical like that and the narrow screen, but I just got it mounted on my dash. I wanted to go through the recording that I just did on my Actron scanner so I don't forget it. So basically I started it in downtown Tampa, and so I think I was at a light. Yeah, I was stopped when I started the recording, and I had several more stops before I got to the interstate, so some low speed driving, and then I got on the interstate and it was actually pretty low speed still, and then I did finally get a chance to get out and give it full throttle for maybe 3 seconds, I don't know. And so we'll look and see if we can see some of that action on the recording I did with the Actron scanner. And so I got up to interstate speed and did some cruising before it ended the frames on its own. Sorry, this thing is very... Oh, it's focused on my dashboard. That's probably what it is. So, sorry about that.
So in my last video, we diagnosed an ignition coil and replaced that. But now I want to show you a recording I took of my car after it was fixed. And so, oh yeah, I started out, so I was idling at a light, and I wish we could look at all of this at once, but it'd be nice if you could get everything on the screen. But yeah, there's my long-term fuel trim, and it actually gets better at one point. It's down to around 7 on both banks at one point, but you know, this is where we're idling at a light, and so there's the short trims, minus 2.3, minus 3.9. You know, really, you know, I don't think there's any issues there. So if you remember from the previous video, that bank 1 short term was like way in the double digits with that miss. So let's move forward in the frames. It's too bad we can't look, you know, we can't view this whole list, but I'm moving forward, and just want to show you those short terms are, you know, everything's looking really good there. Can't remember how far this went, but at one point, if we could see the RPM and the speed, does it show the vehicle? Yeah, it does. So okay, 4 miles per hour. So yeah, so there we are, 24. Let's see when we get on the interstate. Kept having to stop and everything, so yeah, I'm going through downtown Tampa at this point. Sorry guys if this is boring, but I just want to show you, you know, with the car fixed, everything's running good. Alright, where's the speed starting to climb? This might be it. There's a point where I forget where I jumped on the gas. Let's go up at this frame. I want to see, because I did floor it. I could only do it for a couple seconds.
Don't do that with your shirt.
But anyway, engine speed. So we'll see if we can see where I got on it. That might be it right there, 3,800. Let's see how. Oh, 45.62, that might be it. See, I'm not able to, traffic's so heavy, can't really do much. So, nah. It only takes a frame, I guess, every few seconds, so. But yeah, there we are, cruising at 65. Short terms are at minus 7. What were our long terms at this point?
Come over here, please, Dave.
Yeah, right around there. It did get down to like 7s at one point.
Speakers, it could be black or gray or...
75. See, that must have been where I got up just a little speed. Not even that much. So at that point, I got up to 75. Short terms are 0 right there, and I think the reason for that is when you're full throttle, the engine doesn't, you know, I think at wide open throttle, WOT,
So it's
it runs off of preset parameters. See right there, fuel system open. Those are supposed to be closed loop, but at full throttle it's open. It's not using the feedback to set the fuel and air. So yeah, look at that calculated load. That's weird, it's only showing the throttle position as 78. I might have been letting off at that point because see, we're only at 4,500 RPM. So I don't know. Anyway, she's running good for 200,000. Thanks guys. Subscribe, share, like, comment. So later in the same trip, I just want to show you, those are nice fuel trims, and the long terms, check that out, -7.8, -8.6. So we're, you know, inside of 10% either way is considered more or less acceptable. And so, you know, car with 200,000, I'm happy to see that. Awesome guys, check out my website if you're interested. You can also go to amsoil.com or amsoil.ca in Canada, but my dealer number there will, if you want to hook me up, and I'll get credit that way, 146-3115. All these links will be down in the first comment below.